Okay, candidates, you may come in because I already checked the assessment area and the materials to be used. Please sit down. Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Christine Joy B. Ramos and I will be your competency assessor for front office NC2. And this is my ID, served as evidence that I am your competency assessor. And also, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Miss Jamaica Timlor, our TESDA representative from Zamboanga Sibugay Polytechnic Institute. And you don't have to worry about her presence because she is here to oversee the proper conduct of competency assessment in accordance with the prescribed standard methodology and procedures, and she will not assess you. So today you are going to undergo full qualification level of competency assessment for front office NC2. Before we will start, let me check first the attendance. So please present your admission slip once I call your name and kindly sign the attendance sheet on the space provided. Okay, Miss Maria Asakil, please present your admission slip. Okay, and please sign your attendance and affix your signature. Okay, thank you. And Miss Crisel Tayo, please present your admission slip and please affix your signature in attendance sheet. Okay, thank you. And moving on, I have here with me your accomplished self-assessment guide. This is an indicate that you can now perform all unit of competency enumerated in this qualification. Now I would like to welcome you all in our center for your assessment for front office NC2. So the purpose of our assessment for front office NC2 is to determine your level of competency and to confirm if you can really perform the standards expected in the workplace as expressed in the relevant competency standard in the training regulation. So the qualification of front office NC2 is composed of basic, common, and core competency. And now I am going to administer you for front office NC2 with 7 core units of competency, and these are receive and process reservation, operate computerized reservation system, provide accommodation reception services, provide concierge services, conduct night audit, provide club reception services, and perform cashiering tasks. And that was the 7 core units of competency for front office NC2. So the assessment is, for everybody know, assessment is a process of collecting evidence and making judgments on whether or not the competency has been achieved. So we need to collect 3 evidence from you. So the 3 types of evidence. First is the knowledge evidence, which includes the oral questioning and written test. Second is the process evidence, and that was your actual performance. You are being rated on a given criteria. Please allow me to read the rubrics. So that are the rubrics. And for the output evidence, since this is front office NC2, which more focused to communication skills, we will also measure your output evidence through your performance. How will you perform the task in accordance with the standard procedure throughout the process? So this assessment method will help us measure your underspinning knowledge and skills for front office NC2. So not only that, This assessment will also determine if you still need more training. So the following are the tasks to be performed and evidence to be collected. The receive reservation request, record details reservation, prepare reception area for guest arrival, organize guest departure, handle guest arrivals and departure, process internal financial transactions, provide information on club services and process membership, process receipts and payments, and reconciles financial transactions at the end of the shift. So candidates, I have here with me the stopwatch to observe the time allotment for every task. And after the demonstration, I will ask you some questions related to your demonstration. You may call me when there is a need for me to translate or explain items for clarification. As your competency assessor, I always observe transparency in recording the evidence collected based on your performance and observe confidentiality on the results of the assessment. And before we will start with the assessment proper, please do your personal necessities so that you will not be disturbed during the assessment, because I will not allow you to go out from the assessment venue while you are doing your task. So the allowable, reasonable adjustment in the assessment procedures. As an assessor, I will consider some allowable, reasonable adjustments during the assessments, like emergency situation. If cannot understand English language, then translate in vernacular language. Is there a need for me to translate it in your own dialect, candidates? Okay. Don't hesitate to ask, okay? Eyesight problem, cultural beliefs, consideration, etc., provided it doesn't violate the procedures in the conduct of the competency assessment. And also, these are the do's and don'ts. Those, the candidates should at all times follow and perform all the tasks prescribed in the assessment, observing the time allocated for every task. And the candidate should observe silence. Candidates should observe safety and sanitation in doing the task. And the don'ts, candidates below are prohibited during the assessment: doing the task without PPE, going outside the assessment area without the knowledge of the competency assessor, taking cigarettes during assessment, cheating during assessment, use of cell phones, loud noise. So that are the do's and don'ts. If you have concerns, questions, or there is a need for you to clarify the matter concerning the assessment, you may raise your hand so that I can assess you. But once the assessment has started, please refrain from asking questions. There is no talking allowed. In case you have questions in the assessment result, you have the right to appeal. You can submit your appeal to the provincial office where the assessment center and the assessors are accredited. For the assurance of national certificate, you can claim in the TESDA provincial office within 3 working days after the assessment. And please submit the following requirements: your CARS if you are competent, your ID picture, the passport size with white background, and the 50 pesos fee for the national certificate. After the assessment and you are found not yet competent, don't worry about it, because you can be reassessed anytime at your convenience. And during the actual assessment, please observe safety as you perform different tasks. Make sure to check electrical equipment, especially the computer monitors, before plugging it. Avoid pulling the cord as you unplug the electrical equipment. Observe upper body mechanics when lifting heavy equipment to avoid back injury. If in case of emergency or accident, please inform or call me immediately so that we can provide first aid, and our first aid kit cabinet is allocated near the exit. So with regards to the result of the assessment, we observe strictly and confidentiality. This is to ensure integrity. The result is only made available to authorized personnel and to the institution where you had your actual training. And in addition to this assessment package is kept in a secured place to guarantee the integrity of the assessment package. So is there any questions, candidates? Okay, since none, before we will proceed to assessment proper, you're going to take the written test first. You're given 30 minutes to answer question. Please read the instruction carefully. Okay, this is the test paper. You have only given 30 minutes to answer. Okay, time is up. Please submit your paper. And now I'm going to distribute this specific instruction. Please read them carefully and do not hesitate to ask questions now, for I may able to translate it in your local dialect. Do you have any questions? Okay, would you like me to translate it? Okay. Are we clear, candidates? So here is your specific instruction. I will give you your assigned number. Here's for you, and now that everybody is ready, candidate number 1, please proceed to the assessment area, and for the rest of the candidates, please remain while I'll call you by your number. Thank you. Okay, candidate number 1, this is our assessment area where you will provide accommodation, reception services for 30 minutes. I already give you the specific instruction. Do you have any question about it? Would you like to translate? Would you like me to translate it? You may now ask question, because as the assessment will be started, questioning is no longer allowed. In that regard, you may now begin, but please be informed that after the demonstration, there will be an oral questioning. Okay. Okay, now are you done? Candidate number 2. Okay, candidate number 2, this is our assessment area where we will provide accommodation, reception services for 30 minutes. I already give you the specific instruction. Do you have any question about it? Would you like me to translate it? Okay. You may ask now, because as the assessment will be started, questioning is no longer allowed. In that regard, you may now begin, but please be informed that after the demonstration, there will be an oral questioning. Okay, you may start. Okay, done. We will start the oral questioning. Okay, number 1. Please come forward. Okay. What comprise product knowledge and what is its importance? Okay. What includes shift endorsement? Okay, very good. Please take your seat. Number 2, please come forward for your oral questioning. Okay, here's your question. What are the things you may do in preparing a group arrival? Okay. What are the personal safety measures to be observed in lifting guest luggage? Okay, thank you. Number 2. Please sit down. So for feedback, candidate number 1, please come forward. How do you feel about the assessment? How do you judge your performance during the assessment? Give a scale 1 to 10. How many points can you give yourself based on your performance? Okay. My observation is coincide with your opinion. You are indeed competent in your performing different skills and can perform the competencies according to relevant standards. Since you answered so well with my questions correctly as well as your written exam, and I found out that you are knowledgeable enough about front office and situ as your competency assessor. I now certify you competent. However, you need to improve the following up uncertain arrivals and reservation accurately. Congratulations! Please sign the competency assessment result summary. Okay. For the issuance of national certificate, you can claim your NC after 3 working days. Claim your NC2 at the TESDA provincial office 3 working days after the assessment. Bring your cards, 2 pieces, passport size picture with white background and 50 pesos payment. And please fill up the performance evaluation